Welcome to Squared Circle Spotlight, the heavyweight champion of wrestling podcasts.
Welcome back. It is episode 10 of Squared Circle Spotlight. We're in double digits. But normally we start out kind of fun. This week, wrestling, the world, entertainment lost a huge superstar. I'm sure we've all seen it already, but we're going to give our little piece on it. So, Charlie, I'll let you start this off for us this week.
Well, yeah, I'm sure as everyone has heard, wrestling community and just mainstream media, everyone lost an American patriot, Terry Bollea, Hulk Hogan, at the age of 71 earlier this week. And I saw some people on the internet talking some things that he didn't some controversial moments, but I don't want to do that. And I don't think now's the time or the place for do that. So I would just like to say I loved Hulk Hogan as a kid. Now, granted, I wasn't a Hulkamaniac, but I loved Hulk Hogan being there. He made it feel special and he made it feel big. He's indelibly intertwined with our childhoods, and I think we lost definitely one of the Mount Rushmores of wrestling.
Absolutely. Yeah, wrestling wouldn't be there where it is today without him.
Yeah, 100%. Nail on the head. We may have made jokes about Hulk Hogan here, especially me, but you got to respect what the guy did. This doesn't exist without him. So if Hulkamania doesn't come around in the 80s, we're not talking about anything right now. So rest in peace to Hulk Hogan, Terry Bollea, whatever you want to go by, but RIP to the legend. So. Yep. All right, let's have a little more fun here. So we're going to jump into some topics this week. We finished our heel tournament last week. We're going to start another tournament this week. We're going to do some tag teams. So this should be a fun one. Jeremy should have some input on this one this time, so that'll be cool. We're going to do a tag team tournament, and it's kind of going across generations here, so it should be a fun one. We got some merch for you, tied to Hulk Hogan too. We're going to go through our merch table. And we're going to do our Summerslam preview. So this is a big one. We got a 2-day Summerslam coming up. So we are going to cover it all, and we are going to make our picks with all that leading to another stipulation. And if you don't know what that is, that's our punishment. So we're going to change it up this time a little bit. The winner will get to pick who faces the stipulation, and we'll tell you all about that once we get to it. So stay tuned for that. And then we have another gimmick of the week. So another obscure one, kind of a weird one again, but should be fun. So let's get it started. We got a lot to cover, so we're going to jump right into our tag team tournament here. First matchup we've got the famous Legion of Doom, Road Warriors, whatever you want to go by, LOD taking on Demolition. So we kept it kind of similar here, two kind of Mad Maxy badass tag teams from the 80s into the 90s. So we're going to start off with those two, and we will go. Let's start off with Kathy.
Okay. They are very similar. They actually had to change like some of the stuff for each other. Like the fact that they even got that far, they had to change the word warrior from Road Warrior to LOD because there's too many warriors at that point. Ultimate Warrior was much bigger, which is crazy because that's honestly, when you say LOD, people are like, I don't really know who that is. And you say Road Warrior, they're like, oh yeah, that's definitely one of the biggest. And I would have to say, I'm going to go Legions of Doom. Just because of their history, and they're just, when you think of tag teams, that's one of the first that really comes to mind. And I think, but at the same time, I have a feeling we're going to see Demolition soon. I think they finally settled all that nonsense that they had. So I have a feeling we're not done with Demolition yet, but I'm going to stick with Legions of Doom.
All right. I'm going to switch it up here. Kathy, I'm going to let you tag in who you want to go next instead of me always picking.
Jeremy says he's got stuff to say this episode, so let's see it.
To piggyback what Kathy said, yeah, they were very similar, but in my mind, it wasn't even a question. I remember the football pads with the red and the spikes on it, Hawk and Animal and everything. Like, that was my favorite tag team. That was one of the things that was very iconic for wrestling for me growing up was them. It's not even close as that aspect. Like, I loved watching them. I saw them in an indie wrestling in a high school when I was a kid.
Oh, yeah. It was a rematch of WrestleMania 5, I think.
No way.
I have no idea. I just remember seeing them.
Demolition versus Dungeon of Doom. Barbarian and Warlord. I think something like that. I'll have to look
dope tag team too.
Yeah, they're like both 65. It was dope.
Oh, well, yeah. Could have put them on the list. They were good. All right. Jeremy, you pick who goes next.
I'm going to go Charlie.
All right. Listen, if you were to ask 8-year-old Charlie, he might say Demolition because around like the time of WrestleMania 6, maybe that was like 6-year-old Charlie. I don't know. But they were all I knew because they were WWF's #1 tag team. Bad, good. They were the team to beat. But then when you grow up and you start to learn a little bit, they basically were made to be Vince's LOD or Road Warriors. And then when Vince got the Road Warriors, he changed the name and completely forgot about Demolition. And they were kind of they brought in some Axe Crush. And and then within a year or two, he was Barry whatever Darso was the Repo Man, Crush was Kona Crush, and Axe was out of there. As opposed to the Road Warriors, Legion of Doom, they went over every single where they went. They were one of the first teams to be considered main event draws. There's a thing called the Road Warrior Pop that a lot of people talk about, just to emphasize how over they were. They, of course, not the greatest of wrestlers, but in terms of influence and popularity, absolutely Legion of Doom, Road Warriors, whatever you want to call them.
Right. So Legion of Doom is going to move on. I would have also given it to Legion of Doom. I think you guys hit on all the main topics there. Legion of Doom was, just like you said, was Demolition, but better. So they were that much cooler. And another factor I kind of put into is like, they were always a tag team. They never really, there was short stints of like single runs, but they did their whole career as a tag team. And to stay relevant the whole time is huge. So, and if we were seeding this, they'd probably be my #1 seed, but we'll see what happens. So Legion of Doom moves on, and they will take on the winner of this one. So we're going Hardy Boys versus the Hart Foundation. Two very, very different teams, two very good teams. And I'm going to go to Charlie first because I know this one's close to his heart. He loves both of them. I know this much. So Charlie's going first.
Oh, this is good.
This is a hard one. This is a really hard one.
Speaking of Hart Foundation, you're talking about one of the top 2 wrestlers of all time. My favorite wrestlers, Bret Hart. But I'm going to surprise you here because, as Joe alluded to, Bret Hart had an amazing singles career. But we're talking about the Hart Foundation, and the Hart Foundation were a very solid team. But that was in an era where tag teams were flourishing. They had a Survivor Series match. I think it had like 10 teams each. That's 20 guys in the ring. The Hardy Boys redefined wrestling with their style. You also had one of them become a star in Jeff, Matt to a lesser extent, and then him branching off with the Broken Matt. But when they came back together at WrestleMania, it was one of the WrestleMania moments everyone talks to. People remember the Hardy Boys more than they remember just Jeff Hardy. People remember Bret Hart more than they do the Hart Foundation. That's the reason I pick Hardy Boys.
All right.
Hot tag.
Goes next.
Hot tag goes to my man, McComster. You're up.
Yeah, you hit on a lot of those points. Like the Hart Foundation, they were technically like probably the most sound of all tag teams. Like they were just good wrestlers, but they were known more for their individual efforts. Well, Brett was more than anybody, and Owen got rest in peace. But like they were known for their talent that way. Hardys, yeah, they branched off like you said, but you see them back together, jumping off ladders, doing all the high flying extreme stuff that was in ECW and all that stuff, more popular, less WWE, but then it was brought there and they were like the pioneers to bring it into the WWE in that sense, with really breaking out ladders, tables, like it really, everything was, it was a free for all in that sense. And that's probably the most iconic wrestling that I remember growing up and still resonates with me to this day. So it's the Hardy Boys, not even close. Like that era resonates more, and just them, they were more as a tag team than they were in individuals.
I know Charlie's dying to say something.
Well, just for reference, Heart Foundation. What? I just want to know what Heart Foundation, because I know there's a couple slight different variants, but
Anvil.
Okay, I thought you said Owen.
Well, I said like he was still part of the Heart Foundation, but it was a different time.
No. Anvil was the right answer.
Yes, I know that part.
Okay,
I'm just talking about the Hearts as wrestlers.
I was gonna have to officially assault.
No, I remember some stuff.
They might call it the same thing, but there is a difference between the Heart Foundation and then just being the Heart, like part of the Heart Foundation.
Yes.
Different.
No, but
Jeremy, who's going next?
I'm gonna go Kathy.
We're gonna have to do another clean sweep. Sorry, Joe. Your opinion doesn't seem to matter tonight on these. But the Hardy Boys, 100%. Like it got really exciting. Like TLC matches were awesome, but Edge and Christian and the Hardy Boys were the first ever tag team, and then that was it. It just took off from there. And watching them flip through the air, like it's just crazy the stuff that they used to do. And I definitely enjoyed watching them more than I enjoyed watching just that time of wrestling. Was just like, you were big, you threw stuff around, you hit people, you threw people. Like Hardy Boys were flipping and throwing each other and flipping each other, and everything they did, even when they did like the sibling matches and all that kind of stuff, they were good guys, they were bad guys, they were everything. The Heart Foundation was a little just, they were just that they just existed. So Hardy Boys, 100%.
Can I say something?
And they also brought a different demographic in, kind of with their style. Like the emo goth kids really, like, they wanted to watch wrestling, and they were drawn towards that aspect of the hair, the outfits, the UFO pants. Right. Like that style brought a new style of people coming in to enjoy wrestling.
Us 90 Hot Topic kids were all about it.
Yes, they were.
I think we're forgetting one.
When Hot Topic sold CDs.
One major ingredient to their success, which I'm hoping Joe's going to touch upon. Otherwise, I'll come back. I think also Lita, and yeah, she's not a Hardy Boy, but she was part of Team Extreme, and she brought something. I was going to say,
was their stable.
Teenage Charlie thought she was hot as shit, and helped me like them even better. Thought, hey, they're cool. They can get a hot girl like this, and she was the first woman that could actually wrestle. So she was cool too. She's like a chick you'd want to hang out with. So I think Lita also had a lot to do with their success. The right timing for Hardy Boys is up there for me, man.
All right. Well, I will go the completely opposite direction, because I will not let Bret Hart go down like this. I'm going Hart Foundation. Hart Foundation, phenomenal technical wrestlers, awesome gimmick. Awesome faction when they were the full
piece.
Bret Hart.
Yeah, you can't ignore what they did for just wrestling in general. To get individually together, like, you gotta give them the credit for that. Definitely. Glad somebody.
The only thing I would give Hardy's probably a little bit of an edge, because something Charlie I think said, or Kathy, I don't remember. The career of Bret Hart separate of the tag team, he kind of transcended all that. Where Jeff did a little bit, but
But
you know, the
remember
Hardy Boys were
Hardys.
kind of bigger as a team than solos, where it was kind of the opposite with the Art Foundation. So.
Listen to a stadium when they come in randomly.
I was
like,
going to say
you bring them in.
that entrance music, that you can hear that a mile away.
It's deafening.
Yeah. So, Brett, I stand with you. If you ever see all four of us, remember giving me an autograph. I'll pick you.
No, I'm the real fan.
All right.
Charlie was loving that guy since
He'll
day
fight
one.
you for it.
He will.
All right. So we will have next week LOD taking on the Hardy Boys. That should be that's gonna be a tough
hard.
one.
That's hard.
It's gonna
I
be a
don't
tough
like that one.
Me neither.
All right, now we're moving to the other side of our bracket. So we've got another famous TLC team, the Dudley Boys, and they will take on the other TLC team, Edge and Christian. So I know Jeremy has a lot of opinions on this one in the past, so I'm going Jeremy.
I remember Edge and Christian with the Brood and Gangrel and everything. And then they branched off, became the tag team. And then the Dudleys was ECW, right?
Yeah.
Where they originally came from. Like, I don't remember too much of that. I just remember them come storming in. And God, 8th grade, that's what, 2003, 2004 for me. Even probably 2002 and 2003, I remember them. I remember in gym class where we would run up behind kids and somebody would say 3D, grab the legs, and 3D the kid. In the boys' locker room happened all the time. Like, nobody was safe. Everybody was 3D. Like, nobody was like, oh, Edge Christian or like anything they did. It was the Dudleys and the 3D. Everybody loved it. That era was so iconic for the tag teams for me, of just changing what it could be and the limits it could reach. Like, the ceiling was there with that time of the tag team era. And for me, it's easily the Dudleys, because as much as Edge and Christian were part of that era, the Dudleys definitely had their staple to it as a tag team, where Edge and Christian branched off and became individual wrestlers, where the R-rated Superstar and Christian and all that, where they made their names outside of that. So that resonates more. As the Dudleys did their own little side piece. Again, a lot of these tag teams did. But when it comes down to like Animal Hawk, LOD, you remember that name better than them individually. The Hardys, yeah, they're household names, but you remember the Hardy Boys. And the same goes for me with the Dudleys. You remember individually Edge and Christian more.
One fun fact off that too. I thought it was only in my high school, but at baseball practice one time, we 3D'd one of the kids on my team, and that led to a fight. So there was that. So I'm glad it wasn't just my school.
did it too.
I remember hearing stories of Jeremy telling me about this in high school.
All right, Jeremy, you pick who goes next.
I'm going to go Joe this time. Let him actually matter a little early on.
Oh, thank you.
Poor Joe.
Yeah, I'm going to kind of just feed off what Jeremy said. I got to go Dudley Boys. I love the Dudley Boys in ECW. If you want to see some true non-PC, non-2025 promos, go back, watch the Dudleys in ECW. It is highly
Here's
offensive.
97 cousins.
It was bad. Bubba Ray was on a different level then. But yeah, Dudley Boys, they got my favorite finisher of all time. The 3D is probably my favorite tag team finisher of all time. Got to go with them. And then just cycling back to something we said probably a few weeks ago about tag teams, Edge and Christian didn't have matching gear. Get them out of here. Dudley Boys did. Dudley Boys get it. They move on for me. I'm going to go Kathy.
I'm going to disagree. I'm going to go Edge and Christian. I thoroughly enjoyed pretty much everything they did. I'll even give them the rec stage that they had. They had Rhino and Kurt Angle. They've tried to pull in other people that needed that little bit of an assistance. I think it's just, I like the ECW pull-in. I think they obviously had to tone themselves down, the Dudley Boys, when they came over, but I like that kind of pushed it in. I think that carried more into AEW at this point than it did with WWE and all that kind of stuff. But I think Edge and Christian, imagine where they would be without the injuries. Like they both kind of went out around the same time. Like they're obviously back now, but without that, was it 10 years, 15 years for one of them? I think they were gone for a long time.
Edge.
Edge was out the longest. And I think if we didn't have to lose them at like a really important time in their careers, they would still be much bigger together than they are separately.
I think the R-rated Superstar was a really good gimmick, though.
But them as a tag team, I will only really care about them as a tag team. Even now, even with like, I watched recently with the AEW stuff, like they're interacting with each other. They're never together, but they're going to. They have to.
Yeah,
there's no way.
They have to.
So that's something I would be super excited about.
All right, Charlie, that leaves you to decide where this goes.
Wow. This is tough because I'm breaking a tie and I'm using some of the most frivolous things to break a tie. But it comes down to this.
Create the tie.
It comes down. No, I'm breaking. I could be making.
Could be.
Making or breaking.
You can make it a tie or break it. Yeah.
Yep.
So just be quiet when the adult talks. I am going.
Just not confusing the viewers. That's all.
With for these reasons, the matching attire, the moves that have moves to it, the what's Devon, get the tables, the 3D, they are forever linked. And Joe's right. In ECW, Bubba Ray, he said he was on another level. I don't know if you watch, but I didn't like ECW. And some of the reason he was so profane and just nasty. He's a heel's heel. I mean, yeah. He put Mae Young through a table, for God's sakes. I'm with Catherine. I think ENC were just as big a part of changing that whole tag team landscape. But match your outfits, have the same music.
Show some dignity, man.
It's a little thing, but it goes a long way. And in this case, it carried them over the top. So I got to go with the Dudleys.
You couldn't tell that people were trying to match Edge and Christian because you never match. You knew the Dudleys with their blue camo and the Hardys with their mesh and UFO pants. Edge and Christian. Yeah. Oh, the two odd guys. You must be Edge and Christian. Why? Because you don't match.
Yeah.
Do they get credit for the long blonde hair? Like they match like a little bit.
Remember, when they first came up, they were supposed to be brothers.
That's what I was going to say.
And they just forgot.
If they would have done the real angle, like they were best friends since they were 11, that's still really cool.
Yeah.
But you got to lie and make them brothers, and then like it cheapens the whole thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. So the Dudley boys are going to move on, and our last match will decide who they go up against. We're going more modern here. So we're going to go a non-WWE team, the Young Bucks, taking on a WWE team, the New Day. So I know for a long time this was a dream match people wanted to see. Maybe they still want to see it. New Day's maybe not as hot as they used to be, but still a good match. And we will start it off there. And Charlie, you get to pick who goes first.
Okay. I don't know how you fellas and lady felt about this, but this to me was the easiest choice of the night. I'm sorry, New Day. I'm sorry. I never was a fan of the Bootios. I didn't like the whole the happy positivity gimmick. And you're wrestling Kofi. You're a good worker. Xavier, Biggie, whatever. The Young Bucks redefined wrestling again. They are the best wrestling tag team of our generation. Every match they put on is a phenomenal match. Name me 3 bad Young Buck matches that you've seen. When we went to the pay-per-view in Newark.
You did. You were there.
You were there.
Oh. Wait, that was the only good match of the night.
Yeah, you agreed that was the match of the night. They put on nothing but banger after banger. They're the reason why AEW and independent wrestling is as hot. Well, part of the reason why. So super kick party all day long. Young Bucks all the way.
You did. I will say you said you're against the New Day, but I do recall us being at an event. We've talked about this before. You bought two fine little kids in front of us, New Day shirts, as you were talking to their mom. But you bought them two both shirts.
Well, I just couldn't buy random children presents. It would be weird. I had to at least ask the mother for permission.
But they were New Day.
They were New Day. I didn't see. I wanted to make their little hearts happy. If they had Young Buck shirts, I would have bought them there.
All right, you pick who goes next.
I'm going you, Joe.
All right, so I am gonna go the same way. I'm going Young Bucks. I do appreciate what the New Day did. I think they have the most tag team title wins in WWE. I know, it's determined beforehand, blah, blah, blah. But there's a reason for that. They were huge in WWE for that period of time. And they're still going today without Big E. Maybe it's not as hot as it used to be. But yeah, I got to go Young Bucks. I mean, if you think about tag team wrestling now, which we've kind of talked about as a dying art, they're still the top of that. And by far, I think there's maybe one or two teams beneath them, but I think they still carry that whole thing. AEW doesn't exist without them. The Bullet Club, I know they didn't necessarily start it. It was Prince Devitt and Carl Anderson and Gallows, but they made it cool. They carried that over to the Elite. They started AEW. They're still kind of the face of AEW. I mean, there's not really much of a debate here. They're probably one of the top, in my opinion, top two tag teams in this whole list. So yeah, I'm going Young Bucks. Moving forward. And I will go, I know Jeremy don't have much on this, so I'll give it to Kathy.
Young Bucks all the way. I loved what they did with that censorship thing with the Too Sweet. I had that shirt. I 100% have that shirt. Their outfits are always like, just watching them flip in the air with those pants was always like the cool thing. Even when they did that whole like Godfather thing, that was hilarious. They know how to, I mean, obviously they probably had the advantage of literally doing this since they were walking together. So they have that chemistry with each other forever. But like you said, they pulled the Bullet Club into the mainstream. Like nobody really knew New Japan unless you really were into wrestling. Like you didn't really know what was going on over there until they pulled everything in with Kenny Omega and Cody Rhodes, and they pulled all that stuff over, and then they just took it into their own hands and were like, we're going to start our own thing. And it's still happening, like nobody really thought it was going to stick, and it's sticking, and it just gave everybody somewhere else to go, I guess. And
they're still putting on awesome matches too.
Awesome. Yeah. It's funny. Like I fell out of WWE for a while recently, and AEW really picked up the slack for a while. And when we started talking about, like, you guys called me and I was like, I don't really know what's going on too much right now with WWE, but Young Bucks, there was definitely an absence when one of them got hurt, I think, and they just kind of stepped down for a while, and you could really feel that. So Young Bucks and the New Day, it was funny, but I can't really give them the credit because there was always a different lineup. Like it was Biggie was the only one, like watching him dance like that. He shouldn't be able to dance like that. He's such a big dude, and he's just flailing around, and it's hilarious. But they've been just the two of them since the beginning, and that's it. Young Bucks all the way.
It's another good point.
I think they get disqualified for having a third half the time.
Yeah. All right, Jeremy. New Young Bucks move on, but Jeremy, you got anything on this?
I remember actually seeing a few matches now once I looked at who it was, because the name didn't resonate to me. But I do remember that night, them being the best match I watched while I was out there that I was able to enjoy while not being crushed one way or another. But yeah, and plus I remember the New Day. That was what I was leaning towards because I remember them more, but I always hated them. Right. I was never a fan of it. Yeah, like... Stop it. Stop doing all that. You're a heel to me. Like, you get over on some people. You just annoy me. Get off the screen, please.
All right. So the Young Bucks are going to move on and take on the Dudley Boys. That's going to be another good one. It's a good tournament here. So yeah, stay tuned. Next week we'll have our semifinals. We will have LOD versus the Hardy Boys and Dudley Boys versus Young Bucks. So stay tuned for that. That should be good.
Those are tough.
All right, let's move into our next segment. I'll hand it over to Charlie for the this week's merch table.
All right. So this week's merch table, I of course had to show just a little something Hulk Hogan off. And I'll take this from the new. It's last year's Mattel, and it just showed. I would say this is 1987 WrestleMania. No, maybe 1988. Hulk Hogan. I mean, he's just in phenomenal shape. They have the lat muscles. They have the Hogan muscle pose face that you can make. It's a great action figure. And then, sadly, as I was at Target last week, and this was half price, this is the last action figure I have bought, and it will probably be the last. So I bought my last action figure I bought was when Hulk Hogan was still alive, and it was a Hulk Hogan.
You open your action figures, you animal?
Yes, yes. I'm still 10 years old inside, Catherine.
Appreciation.
I say it's for my nephew.
The rating.
I say it's for my nephew. But
out the window.
Nah, he wants to play with them. Let him play with them.
No, buy two. Keep one in the box.
I was going to say, my kids have theirs that they play with, and trying to explain to little kids to keep the ones in the box it's impossible, but you put them real high and they stay there.
That's what you look at. You don't touch. You stare at it and admire it.
Yeah.
No, then when you get old, you just buy them on eBay.
No, the value of the one original one, like
all right, shut up.
Not
shut up. This is 2003 Hogan, which is very cool. This one, I don't know if it's cool. Slightly creepy. It's Jim Ross, I think pre or post Bell's
Palsy. God.
So they definitely did something with his face, which includes a droop, which is
looks like he belongs on Green Acres.
Yeah, but what I'm saying,
where's the pitchfork, man?
What I'm saying is they did something to his face. So Vince had the sculptors not give him a regular face mold, but
did he see Colbert raised from the dead?
And
his mouth is just open.
Yeah,
he's aghast.
And he has these real stupid hands. There's these big goony hands, like this.
He looks like a string puppet, and you should be moving him like this.
It looks like if he were to be abducted by an alien right now.
A fucking slobber knocker.
MIB. He's definitely been in the Men in Black.
All right, Jim Ross is getting the fuck out of here. And last but not least, this one is back to the cool again. I think this, so this is from Clash of Champions when Terry Funk came out of semi-retirement. I don't know how many times he's retired. And he fought Ric Flair in I Quit match. He came out in the blue gear with his famous iron hot rod, whatever the fuck that's called.
Branding?
The only thing I don't love is the face. I think they could have done a better job on the face.
He looks cross-eyed.
I know, he looks like you a little bit.
Looks like one eye blew this way and one eye blew that way.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. But overall, it captures a great event, and the detail in the gear is very cool. So overall, I think that's a pretty cool figure. So
I want to be Van Helsing.
It does kind of look like that.
It does. All your comments were spot on. But that's a quick merch table for this week, and we'll keep it short for Hulk Hogan, and that's all I got.
I'll say that was a cool Hogan figure. When I was watching some of these tributes to him, I think that was probably my favorite Hogan gear too. That gear he came back with like the red, with like the yellow lightning kind of thing.
I love that
tie-dye frills.
Yeah, that was cool. That was a good one.
Did you get like, were you for Hogan when he came back? Because I totally drank the juice. I was a Hulkamaniac.
Yeah, in that phase, yes. Yeah. When he came back and as like Hollywood Hogan in WWE, no. But when he came back as that version, yeah.
Yes, so was I. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just bringing back.
No offense, like Hollywood Hogan, Kathy. I like Hollywood Hogan in WCW.
He did the job as the hype man. They dressed him up and they had him come out.
what a credit to Hogan, who can come
Captivating figure with charisma.
But he's 52, 53 years old at this point, and Triple H is putting him over, cleaning the ring, you know, like for the world title.
And Shawn Michaels did a hell of a job selling for him. So,
oh yes, if you ever want to smile, go watch that match.
Yes,
we'll cover that
I
sometime.
agree.
All right, that was this week's merch table. We are now going to jump into our SummerSlam preview. It's a big one, so buckle up, get some water, get a snack, because there are 12 matches, at least for right now. There might be more. Who knows? So we're going to jump right into it. We're going to make our picks tonight as well. So we're going to start by night. Let's see here. I'm going to pull up my notes so I remember all these matches. All right. So we're going to start with the main event of night one and work our way kind of down. So the presumed main event of night one. So the first match we're going to go with is the champion Gunther taking on CM Punk. So I will open it up and let's keep the same format going. I'll go, Kathy, you want to go first and make your predictions, picks, what you think is going to happen in the match, whatever.
CM Punk all the way. I always have to choose him. Can't not choose him. I think Gunther's had his run. I think it's time for a switch. It's time for a change up. So I'm going to go Punk.
All right. Let's go, Charlie.
Like Mussolini and Kennedy. CM Punk, GTS, middle of the ring, new champ.
And before we continue, I just want to make sure we talked about, just make sure somebody's taking notes on these here, because I'm not writing these down right now. Okay, perfect.
The best one to rely on, not even going to lie.
I'm not a
old
fast
trusty
typer,
Kathy.
so.
I was going to say, I might, depending on who votes on the rest of these two. Let's see.
All right, I'll make my pick here, so Jeremy gets another second to think about it. I am going to go Gunther, and there's a specific reason for this. I initially thought CM Punk. When we get to night two, I'll explain to you why I picked Gunther for this one. So, Jeremy, you go.
I'm picking on my heart, and I want CM Punk. I can't stand watching Gunther. Are you kidding me?
You don't like CM Punk. You've made that abundantly clear.
I can't stand watching Gunther in the ring.
Yeah, but you've made it very clear.
Nothing is appealing. I don't care about hating. He's a good wrestler. It is fun to watch him wrestle. As a human being, not that great, but he is funny.
Hang on.
Gunther, I just can't physically watch and enjoy.
Nice speak. I went back and watched episode 2, and you said, I genuinely hate this guy. And now he's your boy?
I just made an easy pick. That's all. I'm picking with my heart on this one. I don't like Gunther at all.
One thing I want to do clear up too is don't pick with your heart, because remember, we have a stipulation on this. So you got to think realistically. Think with your brain, not your heart. And do whatever you want.
I don't know how your heart says, I hate this guy, and then says, I'm going to vote for him.
I hate somebody else more.
Wow.
Okay.
An enemy of an enemy could be an enemy of mine.
That makes sense. Good job.
I want Gunther because I think he's going to win, and I also love Gunther. So, yeah, I like Gunther. So, there's that.
I just thought Jeremy, SS, Gunther, easy pick.
There were a lot of beeps last episode because of that, but yeah.
Yeah. We're just going to keep pushing. Jeremy is the heel of all heels here. It's really every episode's going to end.
I don't even have to
He's not the I hate America heel. He's the I hate
everything.
All right. So now we'll jump into the women's championship match for night one. We have Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill. Who wants to go first? All right, go ahead.
I'll go first. I'll take the. I'm gonna go Jade, because I think they invested a lot to get her over here, and she's doing pretty well. And I think Tiffany's had her run. I think it's time for a change. And she's also, just look at her. She'll fight anybody. And I don't, the fact that she loses ever is just surprising.
I'll say my points on that when I get to it, but Charlie's waiting to go. So go ahead, Charlie.
Listen, a couple of months ago, I was all about Tiffy time. I was really into it. but they turned her into a high pitched, annoying. Like I just don't like watching her. I don't like Jade. She's too green. She needs another year. But give me Jade. I just can't take Tiffany. I can't take Tiffy time.
Right, I'll jump in here. I like Tiffany Stratton as a heel. I don't think it works as a face, so I can see why you wouldn't like her as a face. It's kind of annoying. I don't really get it. And I was thinking about this one. It was a tough one because, like, why is Jade Cargill going up against Tiffany Stratton with their whole feud with Naomi, right? It doesn't make sense. So I thought at first Tiffany Stratton might retain so you can get Jade to Naomi somehow. But then I thought a little further down the road, you have Crown Jewel coming up where they do the Crown Jewel Championship where they do champion versus champion. So it only makes sense for Jade Cargill to win, to take on Naomi for that Crown Jewel Championship. Give me Jade Cargill.
It starts to scare me when Joe starts booking months in advance. I start questioning. I'm like, oh, fuck.
I'm going with him because he's the guru, and yeah, that makes sense.
I lost last time.
Yeah, but I remember watching WrestleMania, and that was pretty spectacular. You calling all that the whole night.
Fair. All right. So now we'll go to the women's tag team match. Tag team championship match. Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez versus Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. Who wants to go? Or I can go first this one if you want.
Why not?
I'll go first. I'm going to go Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. I think the stuff they've done is really entertaining. I think it probably wasn't originally the plan. It just kind of got over, and now they're pushing it. So I think they're going to continue to push it. I got to go Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. To see them win at SummerSlam is going to be probably pretty entertaining. So yeah, Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss for me.
I agree.
They're
going to ride the coattails.
I agree. I think Charlotte Flair always wins, like almost everything they put her in. She's got to win. So, and I just think the combination of the two of them is a much bigger tag team. Like individually, I just can't see them giving it to anybody else.
The only way I see something else happening here is if they throw a swerve and they have one of them turn on the other one in the match for some reason. That's the only other way. I don't see it happening, but that's the other thing I could see. Yeah.
I think I agree with Joe said. I think this was by happenstance and timing. I think Charlotte did have like an existential breakdown with Tiffy when she started making fun of how many husbands she's failed at. And I think it just came together naturally, and her and Alexa probably have a trust that's been there since they were in developmental, and it clicks. So I'm going to go with who I think is the hotter team right now, which is Charlotte. And
physically,
she's decent.
I'd go Raquel and Roxanne on that one if you were going by that, but whatever. All right, now we will go with the special attraction tag match. I guess you got Randy Orton and Jelly Roll versus Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul. So who wants to go?
I'll take Randy Orton and Jelly Roll all day on that one.
Yeah, I kind of follow that. I don't think you bring in Jelly Roll to have him lose. I love, again, hate me all you want. I love Logan Paul as a wrestler, but I love Drew McIntyre too, and I love Randy Orton. So, but I don't think you bring Jelly Roll. Logan will
sell good too.
Yeah, so I'm going Randy Orton, Jelly Roll.
All right, hang on a second. Everyone probably watched the tribute to Hulk Hogan that WWE had at the start of Raw. Okay. Did you see how big Logan Paul's freaking arms are getting? I hate him. He's good at everything. He gets muscle development that you need to take steroids to get. Well, he's probably on steroids. But the only reason I hate him so much is because he's so good at everything that I want to be good at.
That's true.
I see big plans.
Not Jake Paul, at least.
That's true. I do really, really hate Jake Paul. But yeah, I don't think you bring Jelly Roll in for a not feel good moment. I don't think there's any reason you can do that. So just for that reason only. But I still hate Logan Paul.
I don't know. When they bring in these big names, they don't always stick around. I can't see him sticking around for longer than maybe one more Raw max. Like, I don't think this is going to be a long thing. I'm going to have to disagree. I think I'm going to go Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm just, like I said, these big names, it's always a hit or miss on how long they stick around. And I don't think Jolly Rail is sticking around much longer at all. So they have to defend it somehow.
I agree with you. I think this is going to be like the payoff, move on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like when they brought in Lawrence Taylor. Lawrence Taylor didn't lose, so that's why I got to go. You can't. If Lawrence Taylor would have lost, I would have dismissed my Giants fandom at that point. So you had to have Lawrence Taylor win. So Jelly Roll's got to win here, in my opinion.
Would have thrown a pound of cocaine in the middle of the ring.
Jay Leno beat Hulk Hogan one time. Let's not forget.
I don't remember that.
Jay Leno and DDP versus Hulk Hogan and Eric.
Oh, yeah. And WCW.
From the top rope, right?
I don't remember, but he pinned Bischoff. I was just embarrassed at that point.
He did, or his chin did?
Probably the chin.
Moving along, we have another tag team match. So we got Roman Reigns and Jey Uso versus Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. I'm going Bloodline. I'm going Roman Reigns and Jey Uso. I don't see how it can go another way. Maybe Seth isn't really injured, comes back, gets involved somehow. That could happen. But I feel like you brought Roman back. He's probably not going to be around for long. He's going to film the Street Fighter movie. So you got to kind of have him win here. I think he got a huge pop. So I'm going Roman Reigns, Jey Uso.
Okay. Yeah, that seemed like an easy pick for me. But I will admit, I want to hear Joe, in case he had some like secret knowledge of some cousin that I don't know about from the indie fed is going to come back and
Zillipot too, maybe.
Yeah, but that makes me feel more comfortable with my original pick, which is Roman Reigns and Jey.
You want me to throw a monkey wrench in there for you to make it maybe make it
if you want?
They are starting to talk about advertising Braun Breaker versus Roman Reigns at Clash in Paris. So I don't know if that throws anything in there for you, but
who are your sources?
Me and Meltzer are like this.
Braun Breaker's so good, dude.
Yeah.
That spear is epic.
Every one of them.
Yeah.
All right, Kathy or Jeremy, who wants to go next?
I can go, I guess, because it would be Roman too for me. Like, you don't get him that often with his health issues on and off. You don't let him lose when he's healthy in a big stage event for me. I'm sorry. It's going to be the Bloodline.
I agree. I think Roman is another one of those Charlotte Flair type characters where they are pushed to the absolute end, even when people don't want it to be the outcome. That's always the outcome. So anytime he's in anything, 90% of the time it's Roman Reigns. So I'm going to go with that.
All right. And then we got one more for night one. You got Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross. This was a rematch from, what was that pay-per-view? A Crown Jewel or something like that was not long ago. Oh, King of the Ring.
King of the Ring.
The one that I did.
Jeremy was the only one who got this right. So we'll go into this one. I'm still going to go Karrion Kross. I don't see him losing 2 in a row. I'm going Karrion Kross. I don't know how it gets there. It feels bad to have Sammy lose, but yeah, I got to go Karrion Kross. He's kind of over. One monkey wrench too here, Charlie. His contract is expiring, has not signed the new contract, so he could lose and disappear. So there's that, but I'm going Karrion Kross.
Okay. The monkey wrench not going to derail me. I'm going to list the same exact reasons. He's badass in real life. He comes out with a baddie. He cuts great promos. He works great in the ring. He's awesome. Killer Kross is back. He destroys Sami Zayn all the way.
All right.
I agree. I think I love Sami Zayn. I love Sami Zayn in his like ska guy bit. Like ever since he lost that, I lost him. So I also just think about that logistically for like half a again, like Kross versus Zayn. It's like Kross is gonna destroy him. And if he doesn't, there's a problem, or it's going to be something weird. That's the only way I could see this ending differently.
That's what I think they did. They did their weird, like, they let Kross lose, at
Yeah.
the last pay-per-view. You cannot bring him into a PLE, the second biggest event of the year, and have him lose again. With that entrance that he
Right.
got in Saudi, he made himself a bigger star. He
Yeah.
has to win this match.
Yes, I agree. Yeah. And you don't hear too much controversy of his contract coming up and like AEW or anybody trying to sign. So I think that's just not wind in the passing through. Like nobody's really making a big deal out of that one. And
You did pick Sammy against him last time, and you were right.
Yeah, I picked it that one, but now I don't see him losing 2 in a row. You don't do that unless you want to kill this, and then where does he go after that? He's got too much potential to have him lose 2 in a row, and especially on this stage.
All right. Now we've got night 2. All right, so we got 6 more matches. You guys feeling all right?
Good, that's good.
Dun, 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 dun!
This is the first time it's 2 nights, right? For SummerSlam? This is
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll start off with the main event of night 2. You got John Cena, the champion, taking on Cody Rhodes. I'll go first because this ties into my pick from the last one. So I got Cody winning. It feels like everybody probably has that unless something weird happens. I got Cody winning. The reason I picked Gunther to win the match, I don't think both titles change hands that night. So I think Gunther keeps the title. Cody wins the title from John Cena. I don't think they're changing both at SummerSlam. So I'm going Cody Rhodes. Don't do me wrong, Cody. He could even turn heel here. We've talked about this. So maybe it's a Cody heel turn too. Maybe the final boss appears.
It's the only way I
We'll see. But I'm going Cody.
You got me questioning my Gunther pick real quick. They could do that. I mean, the money's on Cody. I mean, they kind of booked it to make it look like he's gonna win. I don't see how John Cena gets out of this without losing, but that does scare me what Joe said. But I still think it points to Cody getting a belt. I think Final Boss does have something to do with it, and I think Cody goes more heel than we might think.
All right. You still want that CM Punk pick, or you want to change that now?
No, I'm keeping it. I got to go with Kathy. Ride or die with Punk.
yeah, ride or die. I'm gonna go Cody. I just think I'm sure there's gonna be some. Cena's always got some kind of reason why he doesn't lose cleanly or whatever. I'm sure it'll build into something else. But I think Cena's coming towards the end. This is his, final thing. I think Cody's going up, and Cena's eventually has to find a way out. And this might be the beginning of that.
I don't think it happens yet. Strictly
Not
because
yet,
I'm going
but
against
I
all
think-
you. I don't think it happens yet. I don't think Cena loses. I'm going against all 3 of you just to be the curveball, especially when you said 2 titles don't change hands in one night. I think this is the match where you don't change the title.
That he could be 100% right.
Yeah, I mean, I could see it happening that way too. I just feel like Cody should probably get away.
I see Cody turns heel-ish, but I think somehow Cena tweaks it out.
All right.
Yeah.
It's going to be a fun one.
That is going to be a fun one.
My dumb prediction that I have no idea and I'm just blowing wind out my ass on.
It's always hard when both of the people are so high up on it. You can always kind of gauge it most of the time when someone's not doing that well. These guys are both at the top of everything. And so this is really going to be a surprise.
Let's see.
All right. Next, we got the Women's World Championship. We've got a triple threat of Naomi, Rhea Ripley, and Io Sky. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first. It's Naomi, who I wanted to pick with because I love the way they booked her. And then you just gave me the reason of why she's going to win. So
Maybe I should have saved that.
It solidifies my pick. Naomi, double lock.
I want to pick Rhea so bad because I want Rhea to win.
So you're going Rhea?
You're right. No, I want her to win, but I think Naomi's winning it.
Kathy?
Same. I really would love to see Rhea win it, but I think I think Naomi's too hot right now. She just came back. They did it well.
She's over.
I think there's no way they put all that into it and she doesn't come out the success story in it.
I should keep my predictions to myself. I might be screwed.
Yeah.
I go Naomi, obviously. All right, United States Championship match, which is a steel cage match. You got Jacob Fatu taking on the champion Solo Sikoa. I'll jump in. I'm going Jacob Fatu. He didn't lose the title to lose again at SummerSlam. I think he retains. I think Tama Tonga comes back, helps Jacob Fatu in some way, helps him win that belt, and starts his own little faction of Jimmy Uso and Tama Tonga with him. So going Jacob Fatu.
Yeah, I'm going the same thing.
Yeah, go ahead, Jeremy. I'll go next.
I'm going the same thing, the same reason why I'm picking Karrion Kross against Zayn this time. Like, you're not losing it back to back on this stage and all that. Like, I think it changes hands this time, though. Like, I just think Fatu wins it back. You don't think you let him lose and then lose it again for trying to retain it back?
Okay, yeah, good pick. At least I'll be obvious with it. I'm blatantly stealing Joe's pick like you are. When it comes to Samoans, I realized I don't question the guy. He's done missionary work in Fiji.
I got Roman back there.
Yeah, Joe definitely is part of the blood.
WSW Wrestling World Samoan.
I don't know how it equates, but I want to see his 23andMe. He perfectly booked that match, and so when it comes to Samoans, I've got to go. I'm going to defer to Joe.
Yeah, unfortunately, we're all kind of on the same page. So I don't really know what happens when all of us lose this time.
Hey,
like, we got to figure out some kind of stipulation when we're really like.
If John Cena wins, I'm winning this, baby.
Jeremy,
there's one match that we haven't got to yet. I think that's going to make this whole thing. It's the last match on here, so
I think we're going to get split.
We'll see. Kathy, you and Jacob. Sorry.
Fatu.
Okay, so all for that. Intercontinental Championship match, Dominic Mysterio and AJ Styles. I'm going Dirty Dom. I think he retains. I want AJ to get more of a push. He's towards the end of his career, but I just don't see him winning against Dom. He had one title defense so far, I think. So you got to give him more than that, right? So Dirty Dom for me.
Give me AJ Styles. Dirty Dom loses. Maybe he takes a break. Maybe they work a program with Liv coming back. She dumps him or something. He goes away, comes back. They realize what they got, which is a main event talent, and he starts working in the title picture. AJ Styles bridges that gap. Give me AJ.
I'm going to go AJ too. I think it's been a while since he's had that win, and I think it's that could be the success story that we've been waiting for. I'm going to go AJ all the way.
Jeremy, you said Dom. Jeremy. That was your pick.
Well, that's 50. That's our first 50-50, I think.
I think he's just too over to let him lose right now.
And he's more over about riding his chicken tendy, so.
Yeah.
Charlie was just waiting for the tendy joke.
Fun fact, AJ Styles, another kid memorabilia that Charlie bought in Newark at a pay-per-view.
I did.
Oh, the gloves. Yep. Yeah.
The gloves, yeah.
Yes, you bought one kid a New Day shirt and the other kid the AJ gloves.
Yes, I did. AJ Styles is a good Christian man. He's a good Christian man.
Good guy.
He's a hero in real life and in pro wrestling. He's a role model.
So kids, if you see Charlie at Summerslam this weekend, you can work him over for a gift.
Yeah, just
very easily.
Have the guy be Christian related, and I'll buy it for you.
All the Shawn Michaels.
It's good deed for the week.
I feel like you're getting worked with Shawn.
No more Hair Mallory's for a month now, Charlie.
All right, we got the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Becky Lynch versus Lyra Valkyria. Straight up match.
Give me Becky. Strictly, I
Lyra.
think Becky's going to win.
Lyra.
I'll give my pick since most of the group went already. I'm going Becky Lynch. I think Bailey obviously gets involved, probably as a heel, helps Becky win. Lyra goes on to something else, but Becky wins with the help of Bailey. That's my prediction.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Oh shit! So this is the deal breaker.
No, there's one more. One more match.
Okay.
16.
Well, the Dom AJ one too.
I know, but me and Kathy were split on that too. So this is the first one where me and her are on.
All right, and here's the big one, because this is the one I think is really going to decide. You got 6 choices here. The TLC Tag Team Championship match for SmackDown. So get ready for this. Jeremy, take notes so you can remember all these teams. You got the champions, the Wyatt Six. You got DIY, the Street Profits, Fraxium, the Motor City Machine Guns, Andrade, and Ray Phoenix. I'm not giving my pick first.
Now.
I don't want Charlie changing his picks.
No, I want Jeremy. I
I need to go last.
No, I want you to give your picks and tell me why. The logic you used.
Blow me. There's why.
All right, I'll give my pick. Who cares?
Wait. Can you say the names again?
Yeah, that's. I was just going to look up because I was like, really? Not 100% sure I have it all right.
Take some notes here because this is a lot. The Wyatt Six are the tag team champions. DIY, so Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa. Street Profits, Fraxium, which is Nathan Frazier and Axiom. Motor City Machine Guns, and Andrade and Ray Phoenix.
All right. Everyone's going to copy Joe. So
I'll just go Wyatt Six because I have no idea what's going on. I don't know half these teams. And it's the Wyatt. So there you go. There's my God honest pick that you wanted, Charlie. You happy?
Jeremy, I love you. I'm doing the same thing. I don't know who the fuck I'm going to Wyatt Six.
I don't know.
I'll go with mine. This sucks because I picked the same thing.
We got some substance to get to this at least.
Yeah. The Wyatt Six just won the title like 2 weeks ago. It makes no sense to take it off of them. So I will go with the Wyatt Six. But I do have a second pick. Maybe I'll just switch it to keep it spicy here because they put a lot into Andrade and Ray Phoenix as well. So I could see it going to them.
Well, that was going to be my next. I was going to say that because again, here we are. It's that time of year where the Mexico tours, they either just did it or it's coming up or something. I just saw something about the Mexican tour. So that is a genuine possibility.
Not
and they just gave
something to say about it.
If you watch SmackDown on this past Friday, they gave Andrade and Ray Phoenix a little promo video and everything during the show. So it does feel like they could kind of push them that way, but I don't think the Wyatt Six would lose it this quick. But who knows? No, I'm sticking with Wyatt Six.
I need official picks.
I'm gonna go Andrade, Ray Phoenix, just to be different.
That a girl, Kathy.
All right.
So Wyatt Six, except for me. This is where we're at here.
I've had some different picks too, I think. So I might just be screwing myself. Just pick along with you guys.
I picked from a bag on this one, like Jeremy. Not gonna lie. I don't know too much about the tag team.
So we are changing up
who's over, who's not.
So in the past, our stipulations was whoever got the most incorrect faced stipulation. We're changing it. The winner needs a prize. So the winner will pick who faces our stipulation. And this stipulation is going to could be really bad depending on who's doing it. We are going to sing the loser, the chosen loser is going to sing With My Baby Tonight, the whole song in our episode in 2 weeks. So the loser will be singing, warm up those vocal cords.
So unless anyone but Jeremy wins, Jeremy will be singing in 2 weeks.
It's very likely. I mean, let's be real. You're the heel.
I hate you.
That's why we love you.
All right. We need a tiebreaker. So I was thinking, let's guess the attendance. If there is a tie for first place, the attendance of night 2 of SummerSlam. I don't even know how many people fit in MetLife Stadium. I don't know. So take a random pick. Closest without going over.
Oh, Jesus. They're announced.
No Googling. No phones.
Are the real number?
6,300. 63,180. 63,180.
All right.
63,180. All right, got that down.
You said 6,180?
63.
He was going to until we all reacted. So we should have just kept our mouths shut and just left it.
Shut up. We're going 32.
Oh, you better get dicks.
All right. Who wants next? Because last time we did the tiebreaker, I picked and then you all got mad. So I'll go last.
I don't know how much seats.
Closest without going over. Remember, it's only in the case of a tiebreaker.
We're playing the Price is Right here.
All right.
Yeah.
73. Jeremy's looking it up.
Don't say anything.
He's allowed to now. He put his number in already.
Yeah.
Don't tell them, Jeremy. Don't tell them. He'll give them.
I'm not.
He'll give them an advantage.
I'll tell you after.
It's a football field, and they're going to put seats on the football field, so it's more than the actual capacity of MetLife.
And they paper their numbers too.
It's true.
I'm gonna go.
Oh my god!
3 million people.
215.
250 for. I'm just saying night 2. Not both nights combined.
It's Met.
215,000.
No, MetLife. Hold on.
Jeremy's not reacting, and he just looked.
I'm trying to remember how I've been there, but I've only been there for football. So,
what does he get for football? 90 or 100? 90.
I would think.
I'm
not saying anything because I didn't get my pick yet.
Exactly. That's why I'm being quiet. Thank you.
Sorry.
Night 2 is the better night, so I'm gonna go 85. 85.
I thought you were going to take mine. I'm going 80,100.
You guys ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the football and soccer capacity, not on the field, 82,500.
That's close.
So that means
So Kathy ties for first place. She probably wins.
Seats, but they're going on the field. They're going to have to block off somewhere for the big jump.
I had 75.
But they don't count the people on the floor of the field that you take.
So it's going to be around like 95.
That's the original pick. I should have stuck with my original.
The whole football.
Yeah, but you still picked the highest.
Yeah, I had the highest. So
if you tie with anybody, chances are you're going to win. If you tie for
we should have just shut up and let somebody pick 600.
50 people.
50 people.
It's a second night's 42.
I think I see some in the back.
That's our tiebreaker. Only needed if 2 people tie for first place. All right, those were our picks. We're going to go into our gimmick of the week real quick. We're going long here, but it's been fun. So our gimmick of the week, I'm going to start with a question. Does anybody know who main evented the first main event of Monday Night Raw? No. Undertaker took him on. I'll give you that much. Charlie.
I do. And it's only because of that WWE encyclopedia you gave me for your bachelor party. It happened to be a man that I know nothing other than that fact about, except that he comes from parts unknown. Damien Demento.
Damien Demento is our gimmick of the week. A very unique character. So he comes from the deepest recesses of your mind.
Okay, that's right.
Maybe Jeremy's mind, maybe Gozik's mind, definitely not my mind. This guy is a character.
Oh boy.
Got me a little sauce.
Holy hell, dude.
Catherine broke kayfabe.
So really known as Philip Tice. He debuted in WWF in 1992, doing a bunch of squash matches to start off against some jobbers. And if you look up these matches, these are really good jobbers. Like when you think jobbers, these are guys you just pulled out of the sewer somewhere. These guys are bad. They are some jobbers. So he was a bad wrestler. I will say that his in-ring skills were not great, but it was all based on this character. So he came out, kind of heard voices in his head and was talking to himself the whole match. He wore this weird, like, black Venus flytrap thing on his shoulders. And if you listen to his promos, he kind of like speaks with like a Cajun-y accent. It's really weird. It's like Cajun with German. I don't know how to explain it. But really,
That's a dedication for that haircut, man.
That's another one.
There's the haircut. I mean, I could probably pull off the look if I just shave my beard up a little bit. But he has like a W mullet thing shaved in the back of his head. So that was weird, and pencil thin goatee. Yeah, so weird dude. Wasn't very good in the ring. Wrestled through 1993. He main evented that Monday Night Raw with The Undertaker. And finishing moves it was like a setup move into a finisher, and he did like a neck breaker into a knee drop. The neck drop, the neck breaker looked cool. The knee drop was just stupid. There's one where he actually takes off his knee pad and he has another pad underneath. Does it again. So I don't know what he was doing. But yeah, it didn't last very long. He kind of went back to jobbing soon after that. No big matches, no title wins, no even title attempts. And during his matches, a lot of time, I guess because it was so boring, they kind of inserted his promos halfway through the match. So they'd have like the little square in the top of the corner with him talking during his own match. So kind of what they do with commercials now, where they show the commercial and then the match in the corner, but they did it with his own promos. But yeah, Damien Demento. He was an early Randy
Not
Orton.
an action figure.
I'm sure he does.
I found it. It's terrible.
Is it a new figure or is it from back then?
It's from back then.
No, it's
on. Someone bought this.
It's a
Should I pan to the picture?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. It's the Hasbro.
Yeah.
I've seen it. Yeah.
Where it has the black Venus flytrap on it. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I have on Damien Demento. Not a lot about him, but welcome to open that up for discussion. If Charlie, Kathy, I know you might have a little more. I don't know.
Or Undertaker. He got all these guys in.
That was my comment.
Yeah.
Jesus, poor Undertaker. Giant Gonzalez, Damien Demento, Kamala. What are we doing to this guy?
Yeah.
He had a horrible opponent after a horrible opponent.
And
Don't forget, he also wrestled too. He wrestled too, who we talked about last week.
Yeah. And he wrestles himself at SummerSlam.
Yeah, I remember that one.
So yeah, Damien Demento is our gimmick of the week. He had that match against Undertaker. Also, just going back to that, if you watch that match, it is so sloppy. You can see Undertaker trying, but like Damien Demento is just botching.
It was only a couple minutes long. It was like 3 or 4 minutes long. It was rough.
What a weird thing. It's like that's your big showcase. This is going to become like your seminal show that you remember for, and you end the first one with Damien Demento. Vince was fucking Damien Demented. Demented.
There it is.
Shit.
Our next shirt.
I do remember when he first debuted. I mean, I don't know if it was on Raw when I saw him or whatever when I was a kid. I thought it was kind of cool because it was kind of scary looking at first because he was talking to himself and he had this hairy Venus flytrap thing. But quickly you get over that. Even the videos, you see the kids in the crowd look kind of scared. But I think by the end, they're probably laughing at him. So,
yeah.
Pay for effort. Like you said, it could have been it was kind of cool to look at initially, but they gave it to the wrong person. It could have been another punishment. Nobody really knows.
Yeah.
That's true. He didn't wrestle for much longer after that, did some indie spots and then kind of retired. He's been doing some like art type stuff in New York, I believe. So he's big into art and art gallery and all that. So yeah, still around, still doing some of that stuff.
Explains the haircut.
He looks a little more normal now. I will say that.
Hey, it's just nice every time you hear of a wrestler that made it out on the other side and has a nice life doing something else.
Yeah, for sure. They didn't stick with that.
Pastures.
Wrestle into their 70s in the indies. So good for him. All right. That is our episode for the week. We'll be back next week, but we have SummerSlam next weekend. So we will be at the tailgate party on Saturday, the Savvy Seats tailgate party at the American Dream Mall, right across from MetLife. So if you guys are out there, take a look for us. We'll be walking around. We got some stuff to give away. We got some stickers. We got some prizes and games and stuff like that. So I was going to let Jeremy cough there.
Jeremy won't infect you with his cold. I promise.
Yeah, Jeremy won't
nasal
cough
drip, dude. It's horrible.
The worst time to cough.
I apologize.
It's all good. So we'll be there next Saturday. It's from 2:30 to 5:30 prior to night one. So yeah, stop by if you see us. If you listen to the show, watch the show. We'll be talking to everybody, doing some interviews and stuff. So, and like I said, Jeremy be there to give you a figure, maybe more. So yeah, there's that, and we'll probably be
Some
at
chicken tendies.
All right, I'm gonna end there. I'm gonna hand it over to Charlie to take us out.
Thanks again, everyone, for joining us on a wonderful edition of Squared Circle Spotlight, where gimmicks are gold, merch is mandatory, and behind every pop, we got a story.
See you guys later.